Hey, gun people! Wow. Texas Highway Patrol, Texas State Troopers, the Texas Rangers, the greatest law enforcement agency in Texas. Here's a state trooper that assaults two college kids playing football, tries to get in a verbal confrontation and assault them verbally and physically. People are protecting him. Earning the hate. Welcome to another episode of Earning the Hate. So this incident happened at Texas Stadium, or a Texas A&M game. They were playing South Carolina, and the opposing team made a touchdown on Texas A&M. So this trooper decided to show his great support of the team by being a complete jerk with a gun on and assaulting two players. There are people online defending this guy, saying he bumped into him. He should not be criminally charged. He shouldn't get in trouble. It was simply a bump. The way that people in Texas back cops no matter what they do is just crazy to me. This is absolutely assault under the color of authority. He is depriving these two of their free movement, and they did not commit a crime. They did nothing wrong. They're playing a sport. He's getting paid to be there in uniform with a gun and a badge and authority and the protections that he can't be sued and he can't be charged because DAs are scared to charge a cop in Texas because they can't get a conviction. So cops know this, and that's why cops are out of control in Texas. This is just outrageous behavior. And assaulting them isn't enough. He has to turn around and try and get in their face and try to start a verbal argument to provoke some sort of resistance from these guys. Just outrageous. The people that are saying this was an accident, this is no accident. These two guys split to give him a pathway. They move. He doesn't turn sideways. He doesn't put his arms in. He extends his elbows intentionally and his shoulders and body checks both of them. His check is so hard and he's leaning so much that he knocks both players out of the way and he almost falls down. Look at him losing his balance. Then he turns around and wants to attack this guy and provoke a fight and challenge him to a fight, knowing that he's a pussy in uniform and nobody can fight back to him because they can go to jail. But that makes him feel strong. That makes him get to go home and tell his boyfriend how he beat up two guys today and they were scared of him and didn't fight back because he's tough. Out-freaking-rageous behavior. Anybody defending this cop, I hope you're a victim of this cop and cops just like him. This is outrageous. He should be charged. It's easy to make comments and make videos. There's an old saying in law enforcement. I'm retired police detective 30 years. There's an old saying in law enforcement. If it ain't documented, it didn't happen. Okay? If it's not documented. So when people tell you, oh, just call the sergeant, complain, the sergeant will take care of it. It didn't happen. There's no complaint. There's no record. The sergeant will go to him and go, hey man, this person called, complained on you. And, just so you know, he complained. I ain't worried about it. Don't worry about it. He didn't write anything up. You have to document complaints on law enforcement if you want change, people. I filed a complaint online against this officer. Grok kind of cleaned it up a little bit. I wrote my complaint out, then I ran it through Grok and said, hey, can you clean this up? Make sure I'm expressing these valid points about the egregiousness of this and the unprofessional, etc. So Grok added a few things, changed some things. This armed with a firearm, if a citizen did this with a gun, people would be losing their mind if you bumped a cop like this. Nobody would be saying, oh, it was just a bump. Oh, that guy didn't do anything bad. So what? He ran into an officer and shoulder checked him and knocked him down for no reason while he had a gun on. Nobody would be saying that if a civilian or citizen did that. But for some reason, the back the blue crowd thinks it's okay for cops to do it. Absolutely outrageous behavior. So I had a couple charges. I asked Grok to add a couple more charges if they could come up with any. Grok came up with a couple. I already knew it was aggravated assault and official compression, assault by public servant, terrorist threats is a couple. I'm sure there's other charges, but these are all serious charges. Literally, if you did this to a cop, you would be facing prison time, your entire life over. Felony conviction, unable to vote, unable to own a gun, unable to, get a job. You would be facing a felony conviction if you did this to a cop. And people are defending this cop. I just don't understand the Stockholm syndrome of loving cops so much because you're fearful of them. As far as trust and integrity, this guy should not be able to testify on any crime of any value with any validity whatsoever. This cop should have no credibility. Anybody that has this cop testifying against him, you need to show this video and the video of the cop assaulting him, because this guy has no business or any credibility whatsoever. Demand for action. Grok added this. I said, I think this guy needs to be criminally charged, etc. Grok kind of said demand. Look, I know government doesn't have to do shit for me. I can't demand shit. The government can look at my complaint, and which they probably will. Texas Pro will be, oh, we suspended him. Oh, we gave him a day off. Oh, your complaint was unjustified. We found it invalid. They're supposed to come back and tell me whether it was validated or unjustified. So I'm waiting to see if they'll come back. If they come back and give me something, I'll put a link to it in the description of this video. I'll also put the identifying information of the officer once they identify him. Right now, they're hiding him. Poor Back the Blue. We don't want him to get bad press. We don't want people to know his name. We must defend him. However, if you pesky citizens do this, we'll put your name and blast your booking photo. But, because he's a Back the Blue cop, law enforcement, Texas, we need to protect him, Rick. Don't be too hard on him. Just outrageous. I signed my name. I sent it in. Anybody can do this. If you go online, how to file a complaint on Department of Public Safety for the Highway Patrol, you click on that link. It'll bring you to the complaint page. You go down here. You can either mail it in, or you can click here to file it online, which is what I did. And then it brings you to this form here. Give your information. Describe the officer as best you can. Location of the incident. And then you put your complaint down here, which I did. I also attached that complete letter of the complaint. You click it. You're not a robot. Put your name saying you sign it, and you submit it. And then that is how you file a complaint on Texas. And most departments, I think, have the same policy. But people don't want to put in the time to do an official complaint. Otherwise, they're just wasting their time. When you document a complaint, it's filed. It has to be investigated. There's a record of it happening. It can be subpoenaed by other people that this guy abuses. It can be used to impeach his testimony and his credibility. You have to file complaints on officers that do this. You just can't be complacent and say, oh, that cop's a dick, or, oh, man, that cop is driving 120 and trying to kill everybody on the road, but I don't want to file a complaint. It's too much trouble. I'm afraid the police will retaliate. File complaints on these officers. Cops are the only ones that can take life and strip people's ability of due process. This cop could pull out his gun and shoot this guy and say he's in fear of his life. This guy would never have a chance to defend himself. He would be dead. Cops are the only ones that can do that, and they have to be held to a higher standard and much higher accountability. All right, earning the hate. Way to go, Texas Trooper. Wow, this guy just, it's so cool how tough he is and how strong and powerful. Look at this, man. This guy is so tough. Bump. Look at me. I'm tough. You want to say something, boy? Here. How about you want to fight? I'll tase your ass. I'll shoot your ass. I'll put you in jail, punk. I am a tough highway patrolman. I'm a tough Texas Trooper. The Texas Rangers. We're the greatest in Texas. Out freaking rageous. Earning the hate.